The Woman in the Window is about a woman who is suffering from agoraphobia and she has the fear of going outside the house. So in a way she's just like we are these days, confined to our homes, not able to go out, just spending all our days in our pajamas and night clothes, glued to our phones and drinking wine. Wait, हमें तो दारू भी नहीं मिल रही आजकल. The Woman in the Window is an American psychological thriller directed by Joe Wright and written by Tracy Letts, based on a 2018 novel of the same name by AJ Finn. This movie was a troubled production. Originally, it had to come out in October 2019, but it struggled with bad test screenings, change in screenwriter, re-editing, and then the delay due to the pandemic. Finally, अब ये Netflix में जाके release हुई है. The movie stars some big names like Amy Adams, Gary Oldman, Anthony Mackie, and Julianne Moore. And to be honest, I was intrigued by the idea of this movie when I saw the trailer because the big names and the concept looked juicy on paper. The plot follows Anna Fox, played by Amy Adams, who is an agoraphobic, dreading the idea of stepping outside her house. Due to her condition, she's on some pretty heavy medications and she also struggles with alcohol. All this is having a big toll on her mental health. One day she befriends Jane Russell, played by Julianne Moore, who is her new neighbor, and they hit it off. Anna suspects something is not right with Jane's family. Being a total voyeur and snooping on her neighbors constantly, Anna one day witnesses the murder of Jane from her window, and now she has to convince the people, the cops and herself that she saw a murder and it was not a hallucination in her head. The task becomes even more difficult when a new woman shows up claiming that she is Jane Russell and that Anna is definitely gone cuckoo. The story wavers between being a psychological dramatic character study and a crime suspense thriller. But this wavering sinks the ship that is this movie into a muddled sea. राइटिंग यहाँ पे बहुत ऑर्डिनरी है, हालांकि स्टोरी में काफी पोटेंशियल था, but it fails to capture the interest of the viewers. The best thing about the movie is how good it looks aesthetically. It seems Wright has more strength in his visual direction and it shows in his shots, the camera angles and the scene compositions. The cinematography of the movie is just amazing. The movie is filled with these serene shots of Anna's very photogenic apartment and other equally beautiful looking close-up shots. The use of color in the shots is also very praiseworthy. But apart from this, the movie is filled with problems. At the start of the movie, I thought the screenplay was very glitchy. Shots had no clear start and end and it felt the scenes were cut and stitched together in a very untidy way. I also felt that the sound design was awful, mostly at the start but also in many scenes throughout the movie. There was this high tempo background music which felt so out of place and had like no correlation to the scene. At times the background music was too overpowering in scenes where I thought the scene could have done better if there was no background music in them at all. Hallucination is a big theme in the movie and Wright tries to film the movie in a way that the viewer will also get the sense of delusion. It was interesting in a few scenes early on, but it eventually becomes very annoying. I don't think it's a good idea to confuse the audience visually and not through the story, even in a psychological drama like this one. मैं तो सोच में पड़ गया था कि दारू ये ऐना पी रही है या मैं पी रहा हूँ जो इतना नशा लग रहा है. फिर याद आया कि दारू तो आजकल मिल ही नहीं रही. वैसे नशे के बाद नींद आती है and the same thing happened in this movie when I literally felt sleepy. At the middle part it gets really tiring to go through with it and pretty boring. I was surprised how they took such a great premise and turned it into this dud. A more refined screenplay could have made this movie a totally different experience. The movie has two big reveals. They are both not very shocking, but I still like the first one a bit. The second one was just so damn predictable and badly done that it didn't feel earned at all. I saw the trailer of the movie earlier and there are shots in the trailer that kinda spoil the last reveal. So if you plan on watching this movie, I suggest you don't watch the trailers at all. The last reveal also brings with it a terrible ending to the movie that cleanses anything good that the movie did earlier. Amy Adams tried her best to give a decent performance, but because of the lackluster screenplay, she is reduced to a one-trick pony who is just whimpering, scared and panicky in every scene. Still, I thought she was great in a couple of scenes and we got a glimpse of her great acting talent, but her performance wasn't enough to save the movie. Gary Oldman played a role that could have been played by any actor on earth and it still wouldn't change anything in the movie. He wasn't even trying to be convincing. Julianne Moore was great for the small part she was in. Wyatt Russell, who plays Anna's tenant, had just one job and that was to look like a suspect in every scene he was in. The Woman in the Window is a movie that takes itself very seriously and is proud of what it is. You can sense by the visual theatrics that the makers thought that they were making a gem of a movie, but they didn't sit and think, was the story engaging enough for the viewers? It wasn't. They didn't sit and think, did the movie had anything fresh? It didn't. As I already said, the movie tussles between being a psychological drama and a murder mystery, but it doesn't do either of the things convincingly, and it rather sucks at both of them. The movie had potential of being a gem, it really did. They just had to commit to one true theme in the movie and do it convincingly, but sadly they didn't do that. I had such great hopes for this movie and I'm so disappointed by how badly it turned out. I'm giving The Woman in the Window a 2.5 out of 6. It's a movie that had so much potential but was battered and bruised by its bad and boring script. I suggest you dodge this one as I don't think anyone is gonna get any enjoyment out of it. So guys, that was it for today. I hope you liked the review. If you did, please strike that like and consider to subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Till then, bye bye.